Welcome back to the channel, guys. We are in Liverpool city centre. We've been stealth camping here for the last couple of nights. We're going to check out Liverpool. Let's do it. Liverpool is home to around 500,000 people.
Often referred to as Liverpudlians, but fondly known as Scousers.
The name Scouse apparently originates from a stew that the Norwegians brought over. This is Google, apparently, so correct me if I'm wrong. And the stew is actually called scouse, and it's a bit like an Irish stew, but as I say, it's Norwegian in origin, and that's why they're called Scousers. And there's like two meanings as well. The Scouse accent, obviously, is really fondly known as one of the best accents in the UK. It also has two football clubs, but I'm not going to go into that debate, Everton and Liverpool FC.
Have you seen him giving you all facts? All facts, like it's just reeling off his tongue. He's been studying and cramming for this for the past few days.
Got to give you a good video, haven't I? Got to give you a good video. We're going to film Liverpool, but we're going to do it as real and raw as possible. Because I've just had a look through, like, no criticism to other people, of course, but literally every YouTube video is like 48 hours in Liverpool and they're stood with a latte and flowers behind them and stuff. And I'm sure Liverpool has such a strong heart, and I want to kind of capture like the heartbeat of Liverpool, as opposed to we spent 48 hours in Liverpool. Like, there's hundreds of them. Go watch them if that's what you want. I know, we always do it.
I've done it again. I can't believe we've done it again. Every time we get dressed, I know you're in a van, you'd think we'd see each other getting ready, but we'll literally kind of get dressed behind the little curtain, and then it's like a reveal, and we'll come out and we're always either colour coordinated or wearing the same type of trousers or something. Both got us flares on.
Only problem with these, look, you trip over them. But they are cool, aren't they? Very appropriate, I think, for Liverpool. Appropriate because, obviously, Liverpool is also known as the 60s. Now, this I ain't Googled, this I already know, because of a certain little band known as the Bee Gees. Actually, they were from Liverpool, weren't they? No, the Beatles. So apparently there's loads of kind of Beatles stuff to see here. I were always more of a Rolling Stones fan, weren't you? But
yeah, Beatles were never really my thing, but they had a massive impact in history, so... Oh, can we find that crossing?
Ah, yeah, the famous crossing where they're all kind of walking across it. We're going to find that. We are going to find that. Oh, and another fact for you as well about Liverpool that I've just Googled. 75% of the population of Irish descent. So that's interesting, isn't it? Enough facts. Let's have it.
Think we can find a greasy spoon?
Might be able to.
That's what I was looking for the other day. You know, the other week we were talking about a cafe, like a calf. That's what I meant, greasy spoon. There's a lot of crossing, isn't there?
Nearly got run over.
You've only been walking in a city for about 5 seconds and you've nearly got run over.
It's always a nightmare. We're not built for cities. There's too many cars and stuff. I don't know which way to look.
You nearly got it twice then, once by a motorised battery-powered scooter and once by a car.
So me nor Emma have ever been to... Well, I've not been to Liverpool,
no,
have
never,
you?
No.
Are you sure?
My sister's been, and she said it were awesome, but I've never been.
Yeah, I love exploring places for the first time. Apparently Liverpool's really good. It better be after that blooming stealth park. Stealth is great, 'cause you like two little kids like creeping about.
Yeah,
like,
it's like stopping up late, isn't it?
Yeah. Pulling an all-nighter.
If you've not noticed, I'm quite a loud person. Not very good at stealthing.
So we're going to go to bed, but we survived the night.
I'm not too good at stealthing. You bark too much every time somebody walks past.
Probably thinking, I thought you said you weren't going to do cities anymore. No, certainly won't be bringing my home to these cities ever again.
I don't like being in these kind of cities.
But you've got to, haven't you, like, it's part of the UK, we're exploring the UK. I don't want to get old and go, I never went to a city.
He's got to, he keeps telling me we've got to.
We've got to do it, we've got to push ourselves into get out of your comfort zone, they say, don't they? So this is us getting way out of our comfort zone.
I like being way in my comfort zone. Look at the size of the buildings.
Massive, aren't they? Look at that thing there, that advertisement, it's huge. Right, it's on green, which means we can go. Green again. Oh God, there's beeping.
There's a lot of noise in cities. There's a lot of like beeping, ambulances, fire engines, like it really peaceful where we've been parked up and stuff. And we've had quite a few days of really good kind of peace parked up in stealth areas, but it's the night times, it's just all you hear is fire engines and police and ambulances and stuff like that. It's quite noisy. Everything's big as well, isn't it? Like everything's huge and then brightly coloured, like, you know, it's like you're just bombarded with like adverts and brightly coloured things and large buildings, and it all kind of feels a little bit overwhelming to me, I think. It feels a little bit like you're kind of like overstimulated. Do you know what I mean? Like there's too much going on around you all the time. I don't know how people cope with it on a daily basis. I used to do years ago, but give me a field any day.
Yeah, these buildings are looking epic. So apparently Liverpool's got like really kind of unique Gothic-y type buildings, and in fact it's you lot watching, it's your fault because you've been going, oh Liverpool, Liverpool, don't miss Liverpool. So this better be good, or swear having words. A bit quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's gone really quiet, hasn't
We're
it?
missing something. All of a sudden all traffic's gone.
Like ghosty, innit?
Hello.
Some kind of apocalypse going on that we hadn't noticed. But the history is behind that though.
That's a really cool building, right?
County Sessions House. Where am I going? I'm going down there. Reese, like all the traffic stopped. I'm not kidding you. What?
Look at this. Hello.
This feels a bit weird.
I'm going to get run over again.
Like, look, all the traffic's just like, there's nobody's moving.
To be honest with you, this has got a really, really cool feel to it so far.
Like, just filled with square blocks, is it?
Oh, it's got a really, really very, very, very cool feel to this.
I feel like they should have like Roman baths here or something.
Don't know.
No.
Oh yeah, that's a museum, art museum, by the looks of it. You could go on this city tour bus here, look at this.
Oh, I get on top.
Explore
look.
Liverpool by open top bus. Make sure you've got a scarf and woolly hats and jackets and stuff. Always make me laugh, them things. We're all sat there shivering on top of the bus.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going here, I'm getting a bit confused.
We're already lost. This is the problem with cities. We get constantly lost.
Going down to a roundabout.
It's that way, maybe. No.
World
that way.
Museum on the right there. Park bit on the left there. Dude, we must go down there.
Right, we're going that way. Make buildings like this anymore, do they? Like, they just don't. Look at the detail on that. When have you seen a building made like that in recent times? Just don't happen, does it? These days, they just seem to get them up as quickly as possible, as where years ago, looking at these, it was like a piece of art in itself, wasn't it? The Romany pirates without Daisy barking, would it? She's barking at that little dog over there. Enough now, enough.
It's a cool cafe, it's got a cool vibe to it, hasn't it? So Reese is going to have a famous Scouse breakfast. I'm having avocado, smashed avocado on toast.
That were delicious. Just saying to Emma, at least 5 people have smiled at us now. It's a really smiley city. But actually, it's, if you Google it, it does say that it's meant to be the UK's friendliest city. You can kind of start seeing why. Everybody's quite jolly.
Don't feel at all bustly. That's what I like about it here. I'm not really into cities where it feels really kind of on top here and everybody's rushing around you. But this feels like it's quite bohemian-y feel to it. It's really cool. It's got a bit of a sort of European feel to it, you know, in the squares. I was just saying to Reese, like, you look down and they've got the kind of really tall old buildings overlooking like squares with chairs and tables outside and stuff, and it feels very much like it in like a Spanish city, but it's got a real nice feel to it. It's really relaxed, really chilled out, really alternative. I like it, really like it. Look at that for a bank. Looks like they've been to India or something and nabbed them doors, doesn't it? Wow.
Oh, there it is. That's the Liver building. That's it there.
What's that for then? What is it?
Look at that. It looks like Batman, doesn't it? It looks like out of a Batman film. I think Batman was filmed here, actually.
Like Gotham
Might be wrong.
City, innit? Look at that. It's got a massive bird on top of it, look.
Yeah, those birds are called. There's one on
With a
either
rose
side.
in its mouth. So this behind me is called the Liver Building, and it's got two massive, massive birds on it, right at the top, holding like a rose in its mouth, in the mouth. One's called Bertie, and one's called Bella. And apparently, if they were to fly away, then the city would just like collapse basically. They're meant to be overlooking and keeping the city safe. But it's only a grade 2 listed building. You'd have thought it'd have been grade 1 with it. It's absolutely magnificent. And everywhere that you go around this city is just filled with unbelievable buildings. Literally everywhere you go is just filled with, you can't stop looking. There's just buildings everywhere that are really ornate with sculptures on them, and I could literally do a whole vlog just on the buildings because you know what I'm like about my architecture. I won't, because I won't bore you on it, but it is absolutely stunning. So ferry across the Mersey. That's the song in it, I think. Da, 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 and here I go.
Down by the River Mersey now. Look at that. Oh, you can see both of them, Emma, look.
Ah, yeah, look. Yeah, that is
One's
just
Bertie
like Gotham
and
City,
one's
that.
Bella at the top there. That's Bella. And that's Bertie, or the other way around. One watches over the city and one watches over the sea. Everywhere we're going, there's just Gothic buildings, like Gothic
I found
grandeur
it.
everywhere. Does feel like Batman, this, doesn't it? What
I
are you
found
doing?
it.
You found what?
The
zebra
sculpture.
crossing. We're still looking for this famous zebra crossing off the Beatles album. What have you found?
The sculpture.
Ah, here they are. We found the Beatles. If anybody were looking for the Beatles, they're here. Found them. Daisy, Mummy's having a picture done with the Beatles.
Wonder if these are life size. They're very tall.
I don't know. Were the Beatles that big?
I don't think so.
Thank you, Mum. Thank you very much. And just sees what he wants to see. No well man can you see. Tell somebody else lends you a hand.
So the River Mersey, which is this, runs all the way into the Irish Sea. Apparently it's 70 miles long, I think. It's playing now, I don't know if you can hear in the background that Mersey song, On the Mersey. But Liverpool is just not what either of us expected, I think.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I don't really know what I had in mind. Like I say, everyone's always commenting Liverpool, Liverpool, go to Liverpool. And it's just the grandeur of the architecture, the Gothic feeling, the real raw kind of heartbeat of the city is just
It feels like there's influence
crazy.
from all over the world as well, doesn't it? Like you look at that and that could be in like America.
Yeah,
Like there's influence from everywhere.
it really is pleasantly surprising. What an awesome place this really is. It's such a cool vibe to a city. Probably the best I've ever seen, and you know how much we love Bristol, and this is probably beating it. To be
Yeah.
fair. It's very,
And
very
it has
cool.
that map. Does it still have that map from Good Morning TV? You know, on where the guy that streaked across it, didn't he, on Good Morning TV that time? Do you remember that? You start watching Good Morning, and all of a sudden, this guy came streaking across the map.
Big ship, isn't it?
Blimey.
We're going to Ireland. Yeah, look, connecting to Europe. It doesn't feel like it's in your face either. Like it's not like when you go to London and bang, it hits you, the business of it. It don't really feel like that. It's really quite chilled. There's a real kind of chilled out vibe. Everybody's just strolling about, doing their own thing. It's this is crazy good.
It feels like there's enough space for everybody.
Yeah, it does.
Do
It's
you know
very
what
open,
I mean?
isn't it?
Yeah, it feels like there's enough space for everybody. You go to London, it feels like there isn't enough space.
Yeah, everybody's crammed in.
Daisy's
like
loving
sardines.
it. She's well excited.
You like
look.
Liverpool, don't you, Daisy? You like it, don't you?
Completely like silent as well. Like you can hear like the chugging of the boats going along. You can hear the town hall clock chiming. It's like it's really quite silent. What?
Another padlock bridge, Emma.
I know.
We never bring a padlock, do we?
We should have like a load of padlocks engraved so we can put them all over whenever we see them.
Go all the way along here. They're all padlocks, all them. Look now, this is this the Royal Albert Dock? I think. Yeah, it must be, mustn't it?
Double-decker bus take your dinner on. Richard and Judy were really lucky working here, weren't they? Imagine coming here to work every day. Oh, we're very, very lucky people.
Here's a cool look at that. Look at that seagull up there. He's got a good spot. Look, he's waiting for his ice cream.
That looks a bit like that first van we bought, doesn't it?
Yeah, that little comma.
Yeah.
Is that Elvis? Have I found Elvis? No, it's not. I found Elvis. It's Billy Fury. Billy Fury. I thought it looked like Elvis. Pier Master's house. Look at that for a building. This is legendary, isn't it? This. Wow. This is epic. Look at this. It's like loads of rocks, but they're right colourful. Look.
Yeah, I don't get that.
In the middle of this square.
That's some sort of art in it that's beyond my comprehension.
I think it looks good. Somebody
No, I
spent
don't get
ages
it.
painting them.
No, because it's like art should be something that's complex and difficult and, you know, like, that you've got to be really talented to do, and I'm sorry, but that don't look like talent to me.
I like it. It looks nice. Colourful, isn't it?
I'm really upset that this morning's moved because they relocated, I've just remembered. They're not here anymore.
Yeah, this is a famous shot in it from
And
Good
I would have
Morning.
liked to have seen like the map
Good
on the
Morning, what's
water
it?
and everything.
TV. Police boat here. That's nice, isn't it? Look at that.
That's made out of sweets. That's made out of sweets.
Liverpool's about 800 years old. The earliest kind of rendition of Liverpool is a painting from 1680, I think, by an unknown artist. And that's kind of the first kind of sights we have of Liverpool. And then I think the first photograph was taken around 1855 of it as well. Some really kind of cool old black and white photographs of Liverpool online on Google. But and you can tell that the city's kind of kept a lot of that history. There's a lot of history here, a lot of history.
I don't get it, but perhaps, oh, it's got lights in it as well. You need to do that, don't you? At the end of it.
Did you enjoy that? Get a face, she loved it. Is this the zebra crossing that the Beatles walked across? Here's the shot. Look, here we go. Is that it? Is that the album cover? Look at this for like a stealth camp. Look, there's a bus, an old school bus here. Like, we're parked up there, Emma, in Romany. Nobody'd even know.
They would, because we don't have an old one. If we'd have had like an old comma, you've got an old school bus that you live on, sorted, get yourself down here and park up. You can even come down a double decker, nobody'll know.
No, just park it up at a bus stop.
Oh, imagine that though, is it?
There's
Look
a
at that.
camper, American schooler.
Oh, yeah.
These buses here are voted the best tour bus in the world. You can go on for, I don't know how much it is. You can also go on a 2 hours Beatles tour, look. 20 quid each at the Cavern Club. So the Cavern Club, which I've no idea where it is where the Beatles played gig after gig after gig in the early days, I believe. And actually it's no longer there, but you can still see like the original arches, kind of where they modified the building or whatever. I'm not quite sure what happened to it, but Yeah, that'd be a cool night out, wouldn't it? It's artwork here. How epic is that on that old building there? This is why we like to come on these like back streets in any city, because you start to really capture kind of the heart of the city. Just look at that. The artwork is amazing on that. On a building, it's one of those buildings that if it could tell a story, that's really cool. Such a cool city. Over there. Oh no. It's one of those situations where I'm really stuck now. How do I get across? It just leaves me in the middle of a city. Anybody who knows me will know what not a good idea it is to just leave me wandering around in the city, because if she goes away, I am completely lost, because I don't understand directions at all. There's no way I'd get out of here. I think that must be Liverpool Cathedral there in the background, which we're going to go see, but first we're going somewhere that looks really, really cool, which is where we're trying to get to now. Where's she gone? Emma? Where are you? You don't leave me in the middle of a city. Look at her, she's like, what are you doing?
You get lost again?
Huh?
You get lost again?
I got lost again. I was saying, all of a sudden you crossed the other side of the road, and I'm like, oh no, here we go again. Alright, down here apparently. Goodness me, you've got to be really, really fit as a YouTuber when you're exploring cities. Absolutely shattered. Don't need a gym membership, just become a YouTuber with a camera and find your nearest city. That'll get you fit. We need to get over here, guys. This is where we're heading.
How do we get over there?
Is that where we're going, over there?
Yeah, down there.
What we're going to do? Oh yeah, it's there where we're going. That looks really cool, doesn't it? But
I think we're going to have to
we're going to have to go down
here.
here to these, what is it? It's lights down here, look.
That bugs me having to do
And then
that.
come back up. Spotted it on Google when I was just like looking at Liverpool, and I said to Emma, like, we can't
this isn't
miss
very
that.
safe, is it? Look, we've got
We
to
just
go on
can't,
road.
it looks great.
Don't like it, don't like it, don't like it, don't like it.
Oh, we're on road, look.
Don't like it, don't like it, don't like it, don't like it.
Oh no.
There we go.
How do we survive cities? How are we
Nearly
even
killed
still
you then,
alive?
Daisy.
Goodness me.
Nearly got you in an RTA.
How cool
Oh,
is
look at that, karaoke.
Nice. We love a bit of karaoke.
You'd be in your element there. Oh, look at that one over there, painting. There we are, Red Brick Market.
So this is where we're heading. To this
Oh,
cool
this is
little
cool
gem here.
here. This is more me.
All the reviews have kind of said like it's actually in the top 10 things to do in Liverpool. Is this? What's this here?
Peaky Blinders.
I love Peaky Blinders. It's shot there. Look. The tank room.
This would be a really good night out down here, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you
feel
can
it.
feel how good it'll be.
Oh, look at that. We all live in a yellow submarine. Look.
Look at this. What? Oh yeah, the yellow sub bar. There's a good, yeah, Red Brick Market. This is where we're heading. It's like cool industrial kind of bars. This is seriously cool.
Oh, look at that.
The hippie chick
Heated terrace.
bar.
Oh, this is it.
Look at this.
Why haven't we been down here the last few nights?
I don't know. Look, the yellow sub bar there. And then you've got this cool like terrace area bar here. Bars along here, bars there. There's blooming bars everywhere here. Look at this. And then we're both to go in here to this Red Brick Market.
And dog friendly.
Yeah, and it's dog friendly according to Google. Yeah, here we are, look, dog friendly. Oh, there's a dog coming out now. So this will be good. This way. Oh, this has got a really cool vibe to it, and you get all like your vintage clothing in here.
You do know it's going to take us about 3 hours to get round here, don't you?
There's over 50 different stalls in here. Little Beatles junket there, look.
It's really good in there. Really enjoyed it. Absolutely brilliant. Really like it.
It's cool, isn't it?
It's just got that kind of, I don't know, there's a vibe to it, isn't there? I love places like this though, because this is what I would consider to be like the heart of a city, somewhere like this, where you've got all these kind of outdoor bars, everybody comes together. It's almost like a community building, isn't it, rather than a shop.
Yeah. I think
and
that's what it's designed for.
It's a really clever idea, because obviously you're going round and you've got people don't even have to be there to run the stalls, do they?
No.
So you've got about 20 different suppliers in there, if not more, probably no more than that. What, about 60 different shops? So there's loads, isn't there? You can always tell places like this as well, because they're and they let dogs in and stuff like that. That's when you know they're like community based, don't you?
Looks nice. Look at her eyes, she's like that. Oh, looks nice. What is it? A scone or a scone?
Scone. I don't know.
What do you say, scone or scone? Let us know what you say. Is it a scone or is it a scone?
I say scone.
Drop your comments down there. Is it scone or scone? The ultimate debate.
I'm running out of time. Every day goes by so fast, and every moment counts, baby. I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars.
Oh, look at that.
What?
Gravestones in the middle of forest.
Oh, yeah.
Never seen it like
Yeah, you want to walk now, don't you? So we just come through this park. We're heading to Liverpool Cathedral because it looks pretty cool. So it's brought us through this cool park. There's all like, it's like a cemetery, there's all gravestones and stuff. Just let a love one to walk, don't you? Should we go for a walk in?
She wants to plant leaves, doesn't she?
You like the leaves, Daisy? You like the leaves, don't you? Yeah. Is it good in there? She likes walking through leaves, then. You kick 'em. This way? A bit odd, isn't it?
Yeah, like, look at all gravestones. They've used them to
Looks
relocate
like a
them.
cave tunnel.
And they're lining.
Yeah. There's gravestones everywhere you look. It's a bit of a steep climb.
331 feet, that is.
Wow, here we go. Here's a cathedral.
331 feet.
What, the cathedral?
Yeah. That's tall, that, isn't it?
Yeah, blooming massive, isn't it?
It's the longest cathedral in the world, but I don't get the age in which it was built, because it says it was built between 1904 and 1978. Well, I was born in 79. It's got to be older than that, hasn't it?
I would imagine so, yeah.
That doesn't make any sense, does it? I wonder if well, even 1904, I would have expected it to be older than that. But that doesn't seem right.
It looks like you can park here overnight, 24 hours, £15 in the cathedral car park. So if any of you are wanting to come to Liverpool,
There's nothing saying you can't sleep in your vehicle overnight here, is there?
if you didn't see last week's vlog where we stealth camped in Liverpool, watch that. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, it looks like this is an option to me. It's you.
Yeah.
It says don't exceed a maximum of 72 hours, so you'd be all right here technically for a couple of days if
Yeah.
you really wanted to. It'd cost you like £30 to stay here for a couple of nights, and you can't get much safer. There's literally, like, you're in a cathedral car park and there's security cameras everywhere, so it would be a viable option for you to be right in the city
A
centre.
lot of churches have started doing this, that I've noticed, where they're in villages and stuff, where they're allowing you to park up and pay either via donation or via a set price. And it's quite good because it brings in an income for the church, and it also gives people a safe place to park up, doesn't it, as well? I mean, they usually say not on Sundays, but other than that, most of them let you park. You know, there's a lot of them let you park for, you know, however long you want, basically, as long as you're paying.
And if you got asked, just say, oh, I'm a pilgrim, or I don't have got.
I don't think you can do that.
Churches have to let you stay somewhere, don't they? Isn't that a thing?
No, I think that's when you go in for shelter and stuff
Oh, is it?
inside the church. I
Oh,
don't
right.
think that's using
I'll just say, well, I'm more than happy to get inside church in a sleeping bag. That's not a problem, it's warmer anyway. But yeah, if you didn't fancy doing what we did, which were actually perfectly safe, really good night's sleep, this would definitely be a contender. Still trying to find, you know, the Beatles album where they're all crossing the famous zebra crossing. There's a famous shot in there that everybody knows, and we literally can't find it anywhere. Like, we thought it'd be like signposted.
Yeah, no signpost, nothing.
Nothing, as though it doesn't even exist. It's really strange. I thought there'd be like a massive, like you have to pay to go on the zebra crossing or something. So we're gonna head now, check out a couple of really epic things, Beatles related. But first, Emma just wants a quick look in the charity shop. Of course she does. And then we're going to show you these two epic places before we find a park up for the night. It's got a real kind of, I don't know how to describe it, like a real almost London feel to it. Like it's all smoky chimneys. I don't know, you can imagine like the Beatles creating music around here. And it's got a really, really urban, cool feel. Can't describe it. You have to come to Liverpool and feel this for yourself, but it's got nods back to the past constantly, if that makes sense, without deliberately doing it. Like, it's not doing it on purpose, it's just there, it's just inbuilt, ingrained into the surrounding buildings and the architecture and even the feel of the place, you know.
There's a sort of bit of it that I like.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a bit like Bristol, isn't it?
That's like kind of
I think that's the start of Chinatown.
Chinatown, yeah.
So Liverpool has the oldest Chinatown in the UK. It's not the biggest, London's got the biggest, but it is the oldest Chinatown in the UK. So I think that's probably what that is. I think it was the start of that, which looked really, really cool.
There's just so much to explore though that you could literally be, you know, for weeks and weeks here to explore it all. You really could.
People kept saying to us, if you're going to do Liverpool, go for at least a week, and we kept saying, oh no, we won't need a week. But you really do, don't you?
Yeah, you do. You would need a long time to get round it all, to be fair. I think you'd probably get a bit bored of us vlogging it for about 6 weeks on end.
Yeah. We've just kind of tried to capture our experience of it, like we always do with a city or any kind of travel style vlog. We just try to capture our viewpoint rather than and then there's this, and you know, try and give it a feel of what it's really like. Different sort of feel to it, hasn't it? Each sort of street you go down, really.
Yeah, it's got little pockets of areas where it just feels very, very different. Like I say, it's kind of like that. You've got that old London vibe, old streets of London vibe. You've got the ancient, like, history side of it. You know, you've got a real modern feel to some of it. You've got the Chinatown area. There's so much of it to explore. There's a lot of quirky bars on an evening.
Oh yeah, it'd be a right night out here.
You know.
I mean, it's the 5th largest city in the UK. So it's a fair size, but it's just quite how it just changes from street to street, the whole feel of it. Yeah, the only problem with those thrifty type vintage shops that we've just been in there is that they're really expensive. Like, charity shops are better.
Yeah, they're hugely expensive. You're looking at like 50 quid for a cardigan.
Yeah. Little dog in window. How much is that doggy in the window? Again, it's a different feel, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a
You've
nice
got a lot
feel
of these
to it,
kind of like kind of hippie boho type shops, comic book shops. Like, it's definitely gone into
Now you can
like
feel
a
the
Bristol
bustle
feel.
as well, can't
now
you?
you can feel the bustle, yeah, it's getting a real kind of bustly feel to this now.
good Lidl.
Emma loves Lidl. She's spotted one in the middle of Liverpool. Look.
It's a good Lidl though, it's cool.
Lidl, Emma's favourite place.
Love a good Lidl.
And other supermarkets, yeah. Small print at the bottom. I think this, I'm really sorry Bristol, I am. You know how much we love Bristol. I think this has knocked Bristol off the top spot of cities.
Yeah.
I think it has.
Kind of agreeing, I have to say.
It's probably the best city I've ever been to. If you love your thrift shops and that kind of alternative boho vibe, oops, nearly got killed again, then this is definitely the place for you. It's got such a cool vibe to it, and it's just quite easy to get around as well. Like everything's sort of contained, relatively easy.
I think it's staying out, for us, it's staying out of that main square, like where we are now.
Yeah.
It's really busy.
Yeah, it's busy now, it's
where
bustly.
You've got your kind of not, you know, what your class is, I don't know, your normal sort of average shops.
Loads of
Bustling,
museums, loads of
yeah.
art galleries.
Yeah, it's got a bustling feel to it, but it's not too busy, is it, until you get to this centralised bit.
We're going to head back to Romany now, the van, because we've still got two epic, really famous things that we really want to see. So we're going to head there now and go and check them out. I don't think you'll want to miss this. A trip to Liverpool wouldn't be complete without visiting Penny Lane. So Penny Lane, if you don't know, a famous song written by the Beatles, just because it were kind of symbolising their upbringing in Liverpool and kind of the vibe that they had going on. Then, so Penny Lane, the song talks about kind of the characters that they were kind of meeting along the way, really, along that journey. So it's really kind of cool to come and see kind of what they were, you know, kind of what they were singing about, really. We're going to have a Cola in this little pub here before we're going to check out one final epic place. Some of you might have guessed what it is we're kind of going to go see next. But it's the one thing I'm really looking forward to. But to come here, stand in front of the Penny Lane sign, is pretty damn awesome. Emma's in the van, she didn't want to get out because her legs were hurting, bless her, from all that walking around the city today. So Penny Lane is probably about, I think it's about 15 minutes outside the city, but it's just kind of got this really urban kind of feel to it, where you can kind of hear those Beatles songs kind of coming through in the back of your mind of what they were singing about, the area that they were singing about, which is just incredible. Before we go to this place, if you've enjoyed this content, we travel all across the UK in our camper van Romany, right across the UK, right across Europe when we can. We also have a 57-foot canal boat. If you like this content, don't forget to hit the like button. Let us know in the comments that you've enjoyed it and why you've enjoyed it. It'd be really cool. So we're going to go get a drink now, just grab a quick Cola because I'm really thirsty, and Emma's just saying she's thirsty, and then we're going to check out this crescendo moment of something I've always wanted to see, and I'll tell you the reason why I've always wanted to see it. Imagine there's no heaven, it's easy if you try, no hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living life in peace. The words of John Lennon, Imagine, probably the greatest song ever written, and what a message to the world, especially in today's kind of society of horrible things happening all over the world. That was John's message that he left on it, and ironically, you know, he was killed, wasn't he, in the end. But what a message to leave. It's actually my favourite song of all time, and although I'm not a massive Beatles fan, I'm a massive John Lennon fan. And this here was his childhood home. Apparently John's bedroom was the one there on the left. You can actually go in here. It's actually it's part of the National Trust. So it was Yoko, I think, John's wife, she bought it, and then she donated it to the National Trust so that people could enjoy it, and so that it would forever be kind of a memory, a landmark, I guess. And so what they've done now is, if you go on Google and have a look at the images, it's really cool. They've turned it all into 50s style era. John grew up there, and they've turned it all into like a 1950s style kind of thing. And I believe a lot of the Beatles songs were written there. I may be wrong, but I believe that's why the National Trust were interested in it or something, because a lot of the songs are written there. But yeah, wow, to stand here and to think one of the greatest legends of all time lived right here. He would have come out of this gate, probably got on a bus to go meet the rest of the Beatles. Yeah, the childhood home of John Lennon. It's actually it's amazing to kind of just stand here without kind of any of the tourists here or anything like that and think, this is John Lennon's childhood home. That's incredible. If it wasn't for John Lennon and the Beatles, really, you wouldn't have had half the bands that exist today. You know, it's the 1960s. Nobody's heard anything like that to that level before. And obviously everybody just went absolute Beatlemania, didn't they? And it just, what an incredible time to kind of be alive, you know. And like, a lot of people say that we kind of have that spirit of the 60s. Like, I'm looking into that more now because I didn't realise that we did. A lot of people have kind of pointed that out to us. That's not a deliberate thing that we do that. But I am a massive Lennon fan, so maybe that's kind of a bit of influence there. But those profound words were born kind of right here, that he lived right here. And yeah, you wouldn't have had Black Sabbath. Ozzy Osbourne once said all he ever was trying to be were a Beatle. I love that guy, Ozzy. But yeah, it's just, what an amazing, amazing thing. I wonder if I can get in. Nah, it's locked. That's a shame, isn't it? But yeah, you can see there. And one of the really kind of, almost sad, but really nice things in a way to do is the National Trust, on the anniversary of John's death every year, they leave his bedroom light on. Right there. Every year they leave his bedroom light on. We're going to head back to Romany now. Well, I am. Emma's just, she's just in the van, bless her, because her legs are really hurting after walking around the city all day. So she said she'll just have a look back at the footage to see it. But yeah, it would have actually been nice to go in there, but it would have been a bit awkward. We'd had to take it in turns, obviously with Daisy. We couldn't have taken Daisy in there. But I think if you do want to go in there, I think it's not cheap. I think it's £36. It'll all be on kind of the website. If you look at John Lennon's house, it's £36 per adult to go in. So it would have cost kind of like 70 quid for both me and Emma because we're not National Trust members. If you're a National Trust member, I do believe it's £15 per adult and about £6 for a child, I think. But it would have been cool to kind of go in there. Bit too expensive for us. That's kind of enough for me to kind of see it from the outside. But what, yeah, incredible. Right, back to Romany. We're going to go find a park up now. But you sort of think to yourself, don't you? If only the world had really listened to those words of John Lennon. All the world living life in peace. Let's hope, eh?